here we go. Wednesday, 2 o'clock. It's almost like clockwork now, isn't it? That we're here and we get going with it. So, tile number 46. Can I say thanks to those who managed to sort of catch on last night and had a look at the video on the Royal Talons UK page. Thanks. It's really nice that you supported me with that. It was just a nice thing to do, just to say thank you to them, really, because without them we wouldn't have the pens in our tiles. Oh, Gracie, hello, Michelle, Lisa. So yeah, I thought we'd do something a bit different today. Well, then again, don't we always do something different? I'm going to stay with the traditional. I'm going to use a cream tile. You can see there, put a name, date and tile number. I'm going to use my black Micron. I do actually have a gold pen. I might come and use a little bit of that. That's a Uniball Signo. Quite like them. They're nice for a little bit of a change too. I've got a white chalk pencil, and then I've got my pencil and tortillon. So I'm sticking to pretty much basics today. If you don't have the gold pen or the white pencil, really doesn't matter. It's just I'm going to use it to enhance a little bit of the light in one of the areas in particular that we're working on today. So don't worry about it. We can just go heavier with the pencil. That's all fine. Okay. All right. So here we go then. Oh, thank you, Tracy. Thank you for watching. And hi, Elaine. That's absolutely fine. So some of us are doing a little bit of a sketch as we go today, rather than actually following it along and trying to keep up. That's fine. I do have to go a little bit quicker, just so I can get it all in the time. So bear with me. Okay, so where to start? All right. Now with this, I might usually go in with a pen, but I know how we all like things to be just so. So here we go. I'm going to go in with pencil. Oh, thanks everybody. It's great that you're all back and watching. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to start, and again, you might want to watch this so you can see where this is headed sort of first anyway. And I'm going to create, I don't know if any of you are musicians out there. It's going to sort of start like a treble clef. Now, a treble clef is the main clef you use in musical terms, and the actual curl forms on the line where the G note is positioned. So you see it starts a little bit like a treble clef. See, I'm just sketching it in. And then when I get to the top here, I'm not going to go all the way down. I'm going to come all the way around and create that kind of a shape. There we go. That just, doing it in pencil first gives me an idea of a guide, so I sort of know where I'm going. You see here, I've left quite a little bit of space here. Not so much at the top, but I definitely need some space down here because we're going to do a little bit of work there. So, okay, that's where we're heading. So I'm going to go ahead now and I'm going to draw that in with my pen. Now you might find that you want to turn it as you go in so you can keep your curves, or you think, no, I'm just going to go for it. It's entirely up to you. So here we go. I'm just working it round. I'm just picking the line that I want out of my sketch there. There we go. And just filling it in. So it's almost as, we've not really mentioned strings much. A string is what separates the page up, or the tile, for you to tangle within, and it is drawn in pencil usually. So we could actually call this a string because we're going to use this to work around. Oh, Patricia, that shows commitment. It really does. Oh, happy anniversary. Okay, so I'm going to start again here now, and I'm going to put a little bobble on the end. See? Oh yes, Bernadette, I did share it back to my page, so you should find it on there. Or if not, I'll have a look after this. I'll post the link. It's today. It's all hands on deck today. We're having a busy day, but a good day, because of course we've got the shows tomorrow, so we're just finishing off products there. We've got got a couple that I've actually booked Hermes, so there's orders already coming in. Thank you for that. So I'll get them packed and made up before I leave this evening, and that my wonderful husband John will be here to wait for Hermes. You can see, like, I'm actually aurating around. I'm going to get to here. I'm going to start here because I want to make this a little bit fatter. So there we go, a bit fatter, and then join it. Okay. Oh yes, Tricia. Yes, I have. I've signed yours, Tricia, this afternoon. So yeah, your order's there. It'll be gone tomorrow. Okay. So let's go a little bit larger now, so you can see the shape there. And I'm going to start sort of in this section here. See where I've got this little line going off? I'm going to put a little line there. Okay, now yours might be a little bit different, so that's okay, because I'm going to add these lines sort of all the way along. See, I've left quite a bit of space in between. There we go. And then I'm going to add another one there. Bit shell-like. Yeah. Oh, Lindsay, if the details aren't there, go into, this is how I found them, go into TV schedule and click on products in this show, and that's where I found them. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the sort of this point, and I'm going to create a little bit of like a V shape there. Doesn't matter which side you work on, as long as we've got this sort of little shape coming on. Yeah. And that one. And then here I'm going to put it there. Okay. Let's have a look. All right. Oh my goodness me, 2 a.m. Ooh. All right. Those gaps then that I just created, I'm going to fill with these wonderful little bubbles. You see even there, I might even go, yeah, up the top there. Okay. Now, no pictures yet. They have got the product, but they're just waiting, I suppose, to get them photographed. There we go. And then I'm going to the next one, and then round, and that one. There we go. And then in it round. And that one. So I'm just filling in those spaces, and again, if I've got any little gaps, just going in and filling in the gaps. So I'm starting with the largest there, and it's just getting smaller and smaller. I know I usually do say let's start in the middle, but for this, I think it's okay to start at that top end, because that's where you're going to get, I think, the largest sort of shape going there. There we go. And into that one. And oh, last one, there's just one there at that bottom end. There we go. Just filling in those little bits. All right. Oh, Margaret, yeah, I am on CNC tomorrow at 12:45 and 7:30, so we're quite a gap in the middle there. It's, oh, thank you, Vi. It's really nice that you are all trusting and support me. Thank you. It's a set 3 miniatures. We have done set 3 before, but as a full 6x6 inch. So I brought the miniature version out because the inside sections, the pictures fit inside the tiles, and I've done a journal. I've redrawn the borders and things to match the sets, and it's got some tiles and things with it, and of course the pen, the pencil and everything. So do you know, it's probably the best price I've ever done it. I've really gone for it this time. Worked hard to get that for you, so it's yeah, if you want to stock up on a journal, that now's the time. Okay. Oh, hey Sam. Oh, did it? Oh, I'm so glad you got it. That's great. All right, so I'm going to still carry on working in this section here for now. So let's go a little bit larger. So I'm going to work, doesn't matter which one you start on, I'm going to start on this one. You see we've got this sort of slight curve. I'm going to start in the middle. Let's make it a little bit bigger. I'm going to create a little bit of a dotted line in the middle. See, straight lines there, so it's like a dash, then dots, then a dash. And you see I've followed the curve? And then here, I'm going to split this section. So same again, look. And then again. See? And if I follow that curve, it's going to give it this sort of impression or effect where it looks like it's slightly three-dimensional. And you're going to get the slightly darker on the edges, where you're going to get then the sort of the lighter where we've put the dots. All right. So, same here. There you go. One in the middle. You see I'm following the curves as best I can. Let's just split up that section and that section. And then I can go in and split again. I can get another one there, look. If you can get 2 or 3, go ahead and put 2 or 3 in. If you can't, and yours is quite small, then just fill in what you can. There's no set amount. There we go. It would, wouldn't it? Yeah, it'd be nice Christmas bauble with some golden things in there. So here we go again. See, I've got this one now. So I've got quite a curve there and on here. So I'm going to sort of emulate sort of in between. It doesn't have to be exact. We just want that effect that it's going around. And of course, you know, it depends on how thick your pen is and how big you've drawn your initial little swirl shape. Okay. Just working it round. Yeah. Let's have a look at this a little bit further out. Oh, hi Fiona, hi Helen. You see? So then I've got another one here. And into there. So I'm not quite going to get all that one in, but that's okay. This is what happens if you don't split your space up. You find that you run out. There we go. And one in there, look. You see, because it's quite a heavier line that side, it is starting to look slightly more 3D, isn't it? There we go. And then of course this one here, I'm just going to turn it round again. And same again, down the middle. Down the middle. So this idea of splitting up the space to work within, so you get a bit of a balance. I'm hoping it's becoming second nature now. It's one of those things that you sort of know about, and you know, every time you do this, whether you're following a tile with me or whether you're doing your own thing, it's a good sort of habit to get into. So let's have a look at this section in the centre here. I'm going to continue it as though it's the same. There we are, look. Same sort of thing. Just to finish it off. Alright, let's have a look at that then. Okay. Not bad at all. Okay. So, I'm going to come to this curve here now. And I'm going to follow it down and bring it down a little bit more. Alright. Oh, Christy, thank you. I am so grateful for the support you will give me, I really am. You know, running these little sessions is the least I could do. It's really helped. You know, and at the beginning of all this lockdown, I did, you know, look at my little business and I thought, oh, I don't know how this is going to survive. I don't know how we're going to make it work. Forever grateful Alright, you see those little gaps there? I'm just going in now and filling them with little bubbles. And let's just fill in those little sections there. Okay. Alright, that's it. Alright, we done that? Okay, so looking at this side. Yeah, Nadia, practice on whatever you've got. Yeah, but we're saying don't ever get rid of a tile. If you think it's no good, don't get rid of it because you could use it a bit later. There we go. So see what I've done now. I've followed this line around, and I've just come out and I'm just going to put a little bobble on the end so it looks finished. Okay. And then let's have a look at this. I'm going to come down now. I'm going to create a little sort of rectangle-y shape like so. And then another one. You see, just sort of going over the top of that line I've drawn there. That's okay. It's sort of starting to sort of change shape a little bit, you know, as I'm working my way around. Now, I'm not going to go all the way down, I'm going to leave it there. Alright. And then I'm going to go the other way. This time I'm going to focus here because I want this to go underneath. See? It's got a bit larger there. You see what I'm doing? So I'm creating a little bit of a crisscrossy type of shape. If I start from that end, I know that that's the end that I really want it to connect in. There we go. I'm going underneath that last one. Underneath. Okay, now here I'm going to have to sort of put it where I think it's going to be. There we go. Alright. So I've got this sort of crisscross going on all the way down there. Okay. So once join the dots, so to speak, I'm going to go along and I'm going to create this sort of line. I'm not going to go so far down. There we go. Put a little bobble on the end. And then let's see if we can get another one in this side. So you see I'm creating these little lines and I'm going underneath each time. Now we have done this pattern before, but we did it more on a straight edge. When we did, it's one of the first 12 tiles that we did, and we did it with a sort of a fan type shape. Okay. And see, I can't quite get up here now because it's quite full, but I'm going to still add one, and I've just added it from here, and you won't really sort of see where it all goes together there, so that's okay. But being that there's space down here, it's nice to fill it in. You see I've got quite a gap there, so I'm going to go up as far as I can, and then I'm going to add those extra lines in. You see you can get one in here. Now only do as many as you can get in. Remember, each one is going to come and be slightly different length. Just going to put one in there. And just do a little one. There you go. Okay. It's quite nice that, isn't it? So I'm just going to go back and I'm going to add a bit of weight to the bottom of those little shapes that I created. And all I'm doing is I'm going back along that line and just adding in that depth. See how 3D that's sort of come a little bit more. And then the same on this side. But again, I'm not going over the top of that line, I'm just following the pattern that I did before. I'm just filling that in. There we go, just adding that little bit of weight. Okay. Alright, so far. So let's have a quick focus on here. I'm not going to do too much on this section here. I'm just going to come in with a few of those little lines and then just add a couple of little dots on the end just to give it a little bit. It looks finished then, doesn't it, there? Oh, thanks, Bernadette. My husband sometimes worries about me as to where my ideas come from, and I don't always know, but obviously I must see something somewhere to get these ideas. But you know, they're all over, they're all around. They're not new. It's something I've seen and I've got my own twist on it maybe, or I don't know. You see where I've got these spaces here? I'm going to go on the sort of this line now, and I'm going to add in a curved line. You see, this is come this way, but I've added my curve that way, and then there. Okay, and I'm going to do that on all of them. You see that my curves go in the same way each time. And that one there. Okay, and then I'm going in and I'm going to just fill in those spaces with some little curves. You see? Just adds to that bit more depth, doesn't it? There we go. Breaks up that space a little bit. See, so all we've used today is we've used the odd curve, a few lines, some dots. Let's have a look at that. There you are. Okay. So let's have a look at what we're going to do around sort of the rest of the feature here. First thing I'm going to do is from here I'm going to do an aura. So I'm going to come round and just add in another line around that section there, and then I'm going to follow this section around, just following that line. I'm quite close to it, and I am sort of being quite sketchy about it. Sometimes I just go in with a single line, but you know, sometimes you just want to take your time, and I'm going to go all the way up to there. Okay. Oh, I have, yes, thank you. There we go, missed one. I can't get anything past you guys these days. Alright, let's just add a little lines in there. Alright. So, next bit then, and I know you love this pattern. We've not done it for a little bit, but I know you love it. So, I'm going to sort of, where shall we start? I'm going to start here because I've got a bit of a curve to get me going. And I'm going to come from this line, and I'm going to come up and round, almost like I'm doing another spiral again. You see? Okay. Let's go a little bit larger so you can see it. So I've come round, I've done this bit of a spiral. All right, deep breath everybody, because this is where you think, oh, I've not got this. I'm going to go back from this point, and I'm going to come round, and I'm going to go back to nothing. There we go. So now I've got that one in, I'm going to do the same again, but I'm going to go all the way this time, up and round. You see it's going to go in there, so I'm going to carry it on and bring it back round. So it's like a little smile, two little eyes there. And then from there, come back around, and I'm going down to nothing. See? So, now this one, I'm going to not going to pick it from here, I'm going to go from here, up and round, all the way round. And then down and round. You see how that started to build? So I'm going to put another little one in here, round. If you want to do it all in one swift motion, that's fine, but sometimes it's a little bit more tricky than that, and I know you want them right, so just take your time with it, you know, follow it round into that little hook, stop, and then pull it back round, and then back up again. And you can do them all different sizes, you know, we don't want to find that they're all exactly the same. Vivian. They do have a little bit of a life of their own, and I think we do imagine them as little creatures and sorts of things. So I'm going to put a little one in here. You can sort of do a few and then you can come back on it after. See, I've done a couple. I'm definitely going to have one coming out here, look. Quite a large one. There we go. And then back to nothing. There we are. Oh, hey Sandra. I do like that bag that you've made, that you put on Facebook. It's a fabulous job. I have posted on there and said how nice it is. There we go. And let's have another one here. So that's going sort of behind and then back down again. See, I think there's got to be one here. Round and back down. So you can just keep adding them. But, you might want to come back and add a few in places and just keep going from one to the other. Can you see? I think I'm going to have to come back down here in a moment and add a few in there. But let's just focus on these bits first. So that's going to go under. And there we go. Let's have the... Yeah, definitely got to have, I think, one here. There we go. And back down. And then, oh, where to take this from? Let's go here. Into there. And then into there. You see that they do start building quite quickly. And before you know it, you can actually have a whole section. There we are. Okay. So looking at this is normally where we'd leave this pattern and we add a little bit of shadow, but I want to take it a little bit further today. Oh, Kathy, of course we're going to put zingers in. But let's just let's do this step first and then we'll see where they're going to fit. So you see here I've got a space where these two are sort of forming a section. So I'm going to go in and create this little aura. As we know, I'm just going to draw around the shape that I've been presented with there. There we go. And then I'm going to fill it with bubbles. I'm going to keep them sort of following that down there. Let's have a larger one. And just fill in that section, squeezing those little bubbles in there. And of course, any gaps, we know what to do. We're just going to go in and fill in those little sections. There you go. Okay, let's have a look at how that looks. You see, it's sort of created, it's a little bit different now, isn't it? So here we go, look, I have another one here. So I go in and do my aura again. Leaves me a space in the centre there. And let's fill it in as before. Of course, if you wanted to, you could fill it in with spirals rather than bubbles. You can just do it with lines if you want to. But you know I quite like my bubbles. So here we go. Find another space. So I'm going to fill up that space. and then just colour in any of those gaps. There we go. Oh, hello Victoria. Yes, it's a regular slot, or it is for the moment anyway. Every Monday, Wednesday and Friday, 2 o'clock. There we go. Alright, so filling in, and there we go. It's starting to create something quite different now, isn't it, from what we normally do with this pattern. We're sort of a little bit more traditional with our tangling today. It's going to be quite abstract, but in a nice way. I think it's quite different. All right, so let's have a look. I've got another space, so again in I go with that aura. There we are. Working my way around, just filling in with those little bubbles. There we are. Okay. And oh, there's another gap. So yeah, it's quite fun actually. Sometimes you do have to step back a bit and look at the gaps if you have got any, because it's easy to miss them because you get involved. There we go. See the little one there, and if you haven't got many and you think, oh, I need another gap, then create one. That's absolutely fine too. It's, you know, it's never finished until it's finished. Even sometimes even when I've signed it, sometimes I go back and think, oh, do you know what, it just needs that extra bit somewhere. There we are. And of course you could always, as we did the other day, is it Friday, we inked around the edges, so you can add colours and things. How are we doing? There we go. So it's almost here. See where I've got a bit of a gap? And I'm going to make a space there. See, it's not joined, but that's okay. I'm going to do my own thing. There we are. Okay. Yeah, I'm quite liking that. Alright, so I think I'm actually going to add just a couple round this side. So it's going to, yeah, it feels like it wants to go that way. There we go. And let's do another one, sort of underneath there, and then back round. You see, look, I've created just by magic another little space. Well, let's have a look at that so far. Hey, look at that. It's not bad at all, is it, that? Alright, I am going to fill that one in there. Okay. I say, I know it's not joined, but, you know, I'm making the rules so I can break them. There you are. Just filling in those little gaps. Okay. I wonder if it looks like this way. Look at that, doing it that way. You could actually move this up here, and I put all this down here. That would look quite cool, wouldn't it? Let's add another one in. So you never quite know, do you? And sometimes you'll look at things and you think, oh my goodness, I've found something else now. It's amazing how they sort of grow on you. See, I'm getting a bit addicted to these now. There we go. Let's just do that one and call that it. Okay. Of course, got to have zingers. They come in the most wonderful of places, don't they? Get a little aura around there, and then let's just get smaller and smaller as we go. Oh, I'm liking this one. Let's do another. For those of you that don't know how to do a zinger, there we go. It's a little dot, and then we aura or draw around, and then again, and again. And we just keep going till we end up with nothing. And then little line, let's just put a bobble on the end. Let's do one this side too. Okay. Let's have a look at that. It is a fancy treble clef now, isn't it? Well, part of one anyway. We did miss the down line, but it's still in there, but not as prominent now, is it? What a great starting point. There we are. Let's have another one there. And of course, see now with zingers, you have to try and restrict yourself, because otherwise you'll just end up with a tile full of zingers, because they're so nice to draw. There we are. Let's add one down here, look. They can be all sizes. Now you can add little curls in. And you don't really say where they're going, they sort of have a mind of their own, don't they? Oh, that's okay, Michelle. We're almost on to the shading, so you'll know how to do the drawing. It's just a case of coming back and adding that little touch of magic, isn't it? So yeah, it's nice to know they're back in school. Okay. Oh, see, let's have a little one. There we go. Okay. Oh, so I could add another. No, I'm going to stop. What I am going to do is I'm just going to go in and add a couple of those sort of balls. See, like this sort of floating off. All slightly different sizes. Some are just even dots. And I'm not going to put loads on. So they're quite close, and then they just sort of wander off, doing their own thing. It sort of fits in with those little dots we've done on the end, doesn't it? Okay. Limiting. It's almost like an addiction, isn't it? It's yeah. Can't have more than. There we are. Okay, just a few more, just to sort of balance it up. Let's have a look at that. Whew, quite a lot going on there, isn't there? Quite a lot, but looking lovely. So let's put the lid on the pen, and let's go in now with our pencil. Okay, so where do we start? We're going to start where we began, really. I suppose it's a bit sea creature, isn't it, Maureen? Let's see how it ends up. Right, I'm going to press on quite a bit here. I want quite a bit of graphite, and I'm going to follow that original swirl. See? Just going around that edge. I'm not colouring in, I'm just adding that graphite. And of course, because I'm on a cream tile, it's slightly heavier duty. It's got more of a surface texture, hasn't it, compared to the coloured tiles. So I can actually put a little bit more weight into my pencil. So I'm going around the other side too, you see? I'm even going to go up to that there. So I've got this line going around both. Yeah? You can sort of see that already, can't you, coming to life? But let's go in with our little tortillon, our fantastic little magic stick. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to slowly soften the edge of that pencil. Let's go a little bit larger so you can see there what I'm doing. See how I'm just working my way around. What I'm wanting to do though is to leave some of that centre without any pencil. You see the difference where I haven't shaded to where I have. Oh, string. Oh, that sounds interesting. Okay. So yeah, just softening that edge up, you see. And then on this side, I'm going to do the same. And again, I really want to leave that white centre. And this is where, if you have got a white pencil, you can go in and you can add a little bit to it, see. But if you haven't, then you really do need to be leaving little white section there. Okay. So just before we do it, I'm going to go back in with pen, and I'm just going to add in that line again. Remember that we drew? Just on the sides there, both sides. If you can, just take your time, just follow that curve round again. Okay. I'm just going to keep it going. Just all the way up, just to take your time, just to where that pencil ends. There we go. See? So let's have a look at that. All right. Oh, Gladys, you'll get it. Just persevere. Honestly, you will. It'll come. But don't beat yourself up over it. Just try them and move on. You see here now, I've gone into my white pencil, and all I'm doing is adding a white line all the way through the centre. You see, I'm not going to smooth it or anything. I've just added the white line. It just gives that little bit more light and makes that look a bit darker. Okay. So back to pencil, and let's come to this section here. So I'm going to just add some at the top there, and then again bring it down that side and down that side, just to where the crosses stop, and then add a little bit just under the crosses. Remember where we sort of added some weight to those lines a little bit earlier? Just going in and adding some pencil. Okay, so just ever so gently soften the edge just around there and that side too. And then I'm not trying to move this particularly, I'm just softening that edge. I don't want to end up with just graphite everywhere and nothing else, but I wanted to give it some depth. There we go. You see that little bubbles here? I've got enough graphite to just add a little bit of shadow. See, I've gone on the outside there, you see? Just a little bit. Just around those, and it just gives it a little bit of a drop shadow effect. But I've not added any extra pencil because there's plenty on there to do that with. Okay, let's have a look again. All right. So far. All right, next little bit then. So inside here, now you've got a choice. I have put the lines in, so I am saying that that's solid. But if you wanted to have it hollow, that's fine. I'm just adding that huge smile on one side. See there? Okay. And then a little bit up here where I put that line, and then just a little touch there. Okay. Back in with that tortillon, and I'm just going to ever so gently swirls. You see where I've left a gap of white around the edge there, and I'm just going to leave a little bit there. Just soften that up a little and push that towards there. You see how again I've left some of that white. Okay, so I'm not going to do all of these, I'm going to leave them, but I am going to add that same sort of little smile to these ones because they're quite large. Oh, Bernadette, yeah, that's great, you know, when you look back, isn't it? Even I do that too. You look back at what you have done and you just think, wow. I mean, that's why, you know, even if you think, oh, I don't really like this tile, you should still put it to one side. You know, even sometimes I've got, you know, the envelopes that I sometimes use. You know, I've got like a black one from my starter kit. I actually tape that to the back of a journal, and anything that I need to save, so like spare tiles or photo corners or tiles you sort of think, I don't want to put that in my journal, I put them all in the back. And then every now and again you can get them out and you think, oh, do you know what, I perhaps need to do something with that, or try something different on it, and you'd be surprised that you can change it. Or even, I don't know, use a punch and punch some shapes out of a tile you're not fond of. Just keep the bits you like. There's always got to be something on there that you like. You see, with my little zingers, I've added some pencil. Oh, so I do apologise, that was off me. I've added some pencil here, just on the bottom edge. So then back in with that tortillon. Just soften that up, and then with the shapes here, we're just going to swirl it round. You see how I've converted now? I've just gone to, I go from sort of swirls just to soften to sweeps around. There we go. It just breaks up that line. It's amazing, isn't it? How many people, I suppose, before we did this thought, I can't draw. And now look at what you're actually creating. Fabulous. Oh, tadpoles, that's great though. You know, so when you start giving them all names, that's when it gets a bit worrying. Alright. Alright. There might be tadpoles. It could be a sea theme, couldn't it? There we go. Just going around, adding in a bit of shadow where it's needed. Oh, see it off again. Doing my own thing and forgetting that I'm even on camera. There we go. A bit underneath. And oh, there's a bit on that one. Bit on that one. So again, just working around each one, just adding that little bit. And again, with that white pencil, I can come and do a white line on the opposite side of those zingers. And I know you perhaps don't particularly see it on this cream tile, but it's definitely there, and it just gives it that little bit more of a highlight. Alright. That's very funny. Oh, Tracy, you're very first. Well, I hope you're enjoying it. So, you know, don't worry about having to try and finish it all in one go. That's not what it's about. Just do bits as to when you're ready, you know. It's entirely up to you. See, I'm just now coming into these sections, and I'm just going to add just a little bit of pencil. You know, just in the bottom corners. You can have the top corners if you like. I'm not going to shade each bubble particularly. I'm just going to add a little bit of shadow in there. That's all. And then again, just smooth it out slightly. There we go. Just building it up. Just in little bits. There you go. See, I'm never filling the whole space. I'm always leaving some of it with the paper still showing, just to give it that bit of light. Okay, let's have a quick look at that. Alright, it's just one more thing, and again, this is purely optional. As we know, for a while now, we haven't really done our dots and borders. But I want to come in today and I want to actually add in my dots and border. So I'm going to sort of put in my four corners where I would perhaps have a border, and then I'm going to join them. Now you see why we did all the dots and things first, so then the border would sit behind whatever it was we'd drawn. You see, so I'm not going to see much of it that side. But then let's work on this section here. There we go. Alright, so you can just about see it there. The reason being is now if I go in and thicken it up on the outside and turn it round, and the same here, and obviously only way you can see it, and then in there, See a bit of it there. It just gives it a bit of a background, doesn't it? Let's have a look at that. There we go. So let's just soften that. Now you see this time I'm not swirling, I'm just sort of going in quite a sweep, and I'm just softening the edge. I'm not sort of moving the pencil too far away from the border, just enough to give me that soft edge. And because it's not got a pen line in there, it's sort of working quite nicely. Yeah, let's have a look at that. Right. Loving that. Now I do have, say, a gold pen, so you can leave it like that if you want to, or we can go in and just fill in a little bit with gold. It's just, you know, you could use a gel pen if you like, or whatever you want to do, or a little bit of pencil. And I just want to bring it together a little bit. So I'm just going to go in there, look, and I'm going to add a few dots. Let's go a bit more, just to see what I'm doing. So I'm just adding a few dots either side of those. So nothing much. Remember as well, if you're not careful, they'll smudge. You're using gel pen, so don't get too carried away and obviously put your hand all the way over it. There we go. And of course, I don't know if you watched the video last night, I used that lovely Sakura blue pen from the Calmers set. It was beautiful, beautiful blue. And it really stands out, doesn't it? But, yeah, I'm just adding a little bit of gold. You see, some of them I'm colouring in, and some of them I'm just creating them myself. Yeah. Some dots, some are slightly larger. Just working my way around. Just enjoying, you know, adding that little bit of a different sort of colour on there. Okay, almost done. Okay, let's have a look. There we go. So it's quite a traditional tile in its sense today, where it's quite abstract. So it's just nice to sometimes just to come back and not think about it, isn't it? Just have a go. But as I say, it does actually look just as good that way. That's quite nice. It looks like it's blowing in the wind. But yeah, added in my little name there, a little monogram. There we go. So I am going to sort of call that done today. Although I don't know. Let's just go in and I'm just adding. See, I'm faffing now. Look, I'm adding in a bit of that pen. Yeah, that's nice. In there, just sort of added a bit of depth, isn't it? There we go. Love it. Absolutely love it. All right. So there's our tile for today. It's different from the last one. But still loving the fact that you're putting them onto Facebook and sharing them with me. That's it's really nice of you. Thank you. Oh, it would be, wouldn't it? So yeah, if you can. Oh, thanks, Lindsay. Yeah, if you can, find the time tomorrow if you're out and about or you're around and you can watch. I would love your support. Thank you so much. I've got hopefully some nice demos planned, and just always depends on the time, doesn't it, and what I can get done and where I'm going with it. But yeah, there won't be a 20-minute demo. I don't think they don't sort of take that kind of a time like the moon that I did the other week. But yeah, thank you ever so much, and I look forward to seeing you. The times it's 12:45 and 7:30 on Create and Craft tomorrow, so I'll be there most of the day. So enjoy this one. Hope you'll have a go, and I'll say you post it and let me see what you're doing with it. I add a bit of colour in as well, see where you go with that. So enjoy, and enjoy the rest of your afternoon. I know it's not very warm out there, but you know, just make the most of it. Put your feet up, have a cuppa, and yeah, take care. And I will see you, if not before, I will see you back here at 2 o'clock on Friday. So enjoy. I'll see you soon. Bye.